Hello and welcome to The Late Tackle, the quiz show that aims to find out which supporters from our Midlands clubs know their tick from an attacker and which of them needs to brush up on their offside rule. I'm Jay Harris.
And I'm Alex Barton. And before we say hello to the two teams today, let's take a look at what's to come on today's show.
We give you behind-the-scenes access to Villa Park as the club prepared for their game against Swansea City in the Premier League. There are points at stake as me and Jay go head-to-head in a special second City derby on FIFA 2016. The Late Tackle take a trip down to the Lamb to soak up what's special about non-league football with Tamworth FC. And we test the techers of Birmingham City University football team in our latest skills challenge.
But first, it's time to say hello to our two teams going head-to-head in battle today. It's Derby Day here on The Late Tackle as we welcome supporters of Aston Villa and Birmingham City. Let's start off with the Villa lineup today. Let's have your name, your age and your football hero.
I'm Carter, I'm 21 and my football hero is Juan Pablo Angel.
I'm Richard, I'm 31 and my hero is Dion Dublin.
I'm Ross, I'm 20 and my hero is Martin Larson.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, lovely stuff. I hope we don't need stewards today in the studio, boys. I want this to be a nice and clean contest. Let's take a look at your Birmingham City team of quizzes today then. Your name, your age and your football hero.
Hey there, I'm James, I'm 18 and my hero is Mikael Forsell.
Hello, my name's Callum, I'm 18 and my hero is Christoph Dugarry.
Hello, I'm Tom, I'm 20 and my hero is Jeff Horsfield.
Okay, we've also asked today's teams to bring along something football related that means something special to them. So let's have a look at what they got. I'll start with Carter over here, who's brought in a mini figurine of Aston Villa defensive linchpin Michael Richards. So Carter, tell us why you brought this onto the show today.
Well, I don't believe in lucky charms as a Villa fan. So, to be honest, I thought I'd represent this season in Michael Richards as a figurine being static and not moving.
Okay, so you've taken your opportunity to come on the show to take a bit of a dig at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richards for England?
Not a chance.
Okay, let's take a look at what the Blues team have brought today. We'll start off with you, JJ. You put a nice picture. Who's in this?
This is something sentimental to me. This is my family. In a picture with club legend Trevor Francis, and being the first £1 million player just means something quite special to me. It's quite heroic, and obviously being with the Premier League trophy, it's really as close as I'm going to get to it. So I thought I'd leave that one in there for
lovely stuff.
Okay, Richards has a ticket from Villa Blues earlier in the season. So why don't you tell us about what happened in this game?
Yeah, well, without being a season ticket holder, it's always hard to get Villa Blues tickets. So I finally, last year, for the first time in like 20 years, got to go and watch the derby. And I was sat one row away from the Blues fans. We ended up beating them 1-0 in the Carling Cup, so it was a good day. Yeah. It was a good atmosphere, yeah.
I thought you were about to say beating them up then.
No, the match was a bit tasty and the fans had some, arguments.
Back and forth.
Cal, you've got a programme.
Well, as Blues fans, we've had a lot of dark days, but this has been a fantastic day. We played Sheffield Wednesday in 2006-2007. It's a chance to get promoted. We won 2-0. Sebastian Larsson scored a wonder goal. It's a great day for the club. St Andrews was full. Atmosphere was great. It was a great day.
Okay, Blues fans, you might want to close your eyes. I've got something a little special here. So Ross, why don't you talk us through what this is?
Well, Blues fans are here. I thought I'd remind them. Demolition Derby in 2008. Aston Villa 5, Birmingham City 1. Great day for all the Villa fans. Unbelievable memories. I'll never forget that day. It'll always stay with me.
Best derby victory?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got Gavi Bonlahor, Olaf Melberg,
even Ashley Young.
Petrov. You miss those kind of players.
They were the players. Now it's just downhill in it at the minute.
Are you looking forward to one of these derbies next season?
Oh, can't wait. Should be good.
Yeah, hopefully. Blues, do you remember that one?
Yeah, no comment.
Still sore wins. Okay, let's have a look. Tom, this is lovely. What season?
Yeah, 2003-2004 is probably one of the better teams I can remember in the past sort of 10 or 15 years. Some of my favourite players in there, Christoph Dugarry, and some really good times with that team.
Okay then, before we kick off with round one, the Late Tackle team was granted access behind the scenes at Villa Park as the club prepared for their game with Swansea City. Now each week the club interviews a former player to give their views on all things Villa. Have a look at this.
I'm here outside Villa Park where me and the team have been invited behind the scenes of AVTV, who are going to be building up to this weekend's match against Swansea. The Villains have been far from their best so far this season, and the encounter at the Liberty Stadium represents their final chance to try and beat the dreaded drop. So, with that being said, let's go find out what club reporter Jack Woodward and former player Steve Froggatt have to say.
Froggy, welcome back to the studio. What are the key areas in this one?
Possession, of which Swansea tend to have a lot of at the Liberty Stadium, and we've played them a few times. What they do is they'll keep the ball, always happy to let them have it in their own half, because they can't hurt you. You can have all the possession in the world, but if you don't get out your own half, there's no point. So if, obviously when they get the ball from the back, if we can just drop into our own positions and just, let them play, I think it'll be a game on the counter-attack.
And dare I say, would you a win?
We've been due a win for a long time now, Jack, haven't we? And we've been saying it for every single week.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we are due a win. And it's against a team that, if you look at our opponents in the last few weeks, really we didn't give ourselves much chance because they're top quality opposition. This is different. There is a chance against a team. Swansea of a few years ago, I wouldn't have given us a chance because at Liberty Stadium at home, they were fantastic with the likes of Boney in the side. They're not that team anymore.
No.
They still try and play, but they're nowhere near as effective as they were, and it's an opportunity to go and get 3 points.
We now know what Jack and Steve are predicting this weekend's match against the Swans will be. Me, I reckon it will be a 2-1 loss and that Gylfi Sigurdsson's going to get on the score sheet. Let's just hope I'm proven wrong.
Okay, so Jay, you went 2-1, finished 1-0, not a bad prediction.
Yeah, close enough. Really, the villains should be really upset with how that played out. It was a very, very clumsy goal to concede. Brad Guzan needs to take a long, hard look at himself in the mirror for letting that slip through his fingers.
Yeah, we'll be there next season.
Yeah, well, who knows. But anyways, I think it's about time to welcome our special guest to the Late Tackle sofa with over 120 appearances and 32 goals for the Mighty Blues. I think it's fair to say he's a legend in these parts.
Palace have steadily edged their way back into this match, and perhaps we should always learn our lesson about writing them off, although for the moment they're having to defend against Devlin. Good try, it's in off the post! Something out of nothing, but Paul Devlin opens the account for Birmingham under Trevor Francis.
Granger, last chance maybe Birmingham. Granger cutting inside Sean Newton, he's hit it long, Devlin's coming in! Oh, what a goal! That is a wonderful strike from Paul Devlin, on the full, Birmingham level. Back with Granger, this is Devlin, oh what a cracker! An absolute beauty from Paul Devlin. As he came to hit it first time, I was about to say what a difficult one to hit this would be. No chance for Robinson. That is a sweet goal for Birmingham. It puts them in front. It's their first home goal in the FA Barclaycard Premiership.
Yeah, Leeds and Wolves, my favourite. There's some cracking goals. Please welcome former Birmingham City midfielder Paul Devlin. Nice to see you, Paul. Thank you for coming along.
Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
Just still get a buzz seeing those goals.
Yeah, seems a long time ago now, but brilliant to watch them back.
Which one's your favourite?
Probably the Leeds one. First Premiership goal at St Andrews. So
I thought the Wolves one, the technique, was absolutely incredible. That's my personal favourite.
Yeah, we were going for the playoffs, so we were on a really strong run, and I think we were 2-0 down in that game. We actually drew it 2-2, so it was an important goal.
Some great goals. Right then, first of all, let's talk about the weekend's results, starting with Birmingham. They were held to a draw by Fulham. Was that a good result?
I think it's disappointing with the fact that Ipswich and Cardiff dropped points as well, and looking that we went down to their place and beat them 5 to only draw with them at St Andrews is a little bit disappointing.
After that result, do you think Birmingham can still sneak into the playoffs?
I think it's going to be difficult. We're not scoring enough goals at the moment, but there's still hope, and while there's hope, we've got to believe. But I think it's going to be difficult for us.
Yeah, there's a bit of inconsistency, isn't there? I mean, you can go beat top sides in the higher side of the table and then defeats to the bottom. But Clayton Donaldson scored a few this season. Is he a player who can fire Blues to the Premier League?
Yeah, I think Clayton's done brilliant for us. He's not a prolific goal scorer, but he's a regular goal scorer, and what he does do fantastically well is play that lone striker role really well. So hopefully he can have a good finish to the season.
So Gary Rowett's celebrating a year and a half in charge of the Blues now. How can you describe the job he's done since taking over at St Andrews?
I think he's done far better than anyone anticipated. He took the club over when we were on a real low after the Lee Clark era. A lot of turmoil behind the scenes. He's came in, he's stabilised, and he's built on that. He's added to the squad very sensibly, and I think he's done remarkably well under the circumstances, really.
Yeah, let's talk about the rivals then. Aston Villa, not been a great season for them. They look destined for relegation. What's been the main problem, do you think, for them?
I think lack of investment, changing managers too often, and bringing in too many substandard players, basically, all a recipe for disaster, and I don't see them getting out of it this season.
Do you think you need a bit of experience in the Premier League?
I think so, definitely, and I think what they'll find next season, they'll need a lot of experience in the Championship, because without doubt, in my opinion, it's the most difficult league in the world to get out of.
They did spend big in the summer, but obviously they sold Benteke and Delph as well. Do you think that was really telling, and that's been one of the key reasons losing their talismanic players?
Yeah, I think if you look, Vlago in Delph, Benteke, it's a spine of their team, really. And no disrespect to the players that they bought in, but I think they bought in a lot of substandard young foreign players, really, to be brutally honest.
Do you reckon any of them would get in the Blues starting 11?
Not at the moment, no.
Of course not.
So are you looking forward to a Birmingham derby next season? I'm sure it was something really special to be a part of as a player.
Fantastic, yeah, great days. I was fortunate enough to be involved in a couple myself, and was lucky enough to win both of them. So they're brilliant days for the fans and the players.
Might be a silly question, but do you feel a bit sorry for Remy Gard?
I don't know if sorry for him's the right word. He's came in at a very difficult time. His knowledge of the players, the league is limited, and I think the same with some of the players he's brought in. You know, football management's a cutthroat business, unfortunately, and he's just come in at the wrong time at Aston Villa.
Obviously, the Villains lost to relegation rival Swansea at the weekend. Is there any way they can avoid the dreaded drop now?
I don't think so. I think if you ask most Villa fans, they've resigned to the fact that they're going to get relegated. It needs something unbelievable, really, for them to get out of it, and I just don't see it.
Okay, we'll have more from Paul later on in the show, but for now, thank you very much.
Yeah, Blues fan gets thinking of some questions as well. We'll get you to ask some questions for Paul as well. Right then, it is time to find out if our teams know their Holt ends from their Tilton roots, their Juan Pablo Angels from their Christophe Dugarry's, and their Paul Lamberts from their Lee Clarks, because round one is football fact or football fiction.
In this round, each team will be given 5 questions, and all they need to do is answer fact or fiction. 1 point will be given for each correct answer.
They can confer amongst themselves, but must answer within 15 seconds of the question. And let's start with the Blues team, the Villa team rather.
Okay, so the first question is, Aston Villa were founded before Birmingham City?
Fact.
Okay, it is indeed true. Aston Villa were founded in 1874, but Birmingham City were only founded just a year later. Next one, Ashley Young signed for a bigger fee than James Milner back in 2007-2008.
What did Milner sign for?
Fact or fiction?
What is that? I think that's fiction.
I think that's
Fiction.
Yeah, we're going to go fiction.
You're right. I'm impressed with that. I didn't get this. Ashley Young signed from Watford for 9.65 million, but James Milner signed from Newcastle for 10 to 12 million. Thirdly, David O'Leary had a higher win percentage as Aston Villa manager than Alex McLeish.
That's got to be true.
Surely.
What do you reckon?
Why has it got to be true?
McLeish, he drew you right again.
Yeah, he was horrible. Yeah, we're going to go fact.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. David O'Leary had a win percentage of 35.88%, whereas McLeish somehow only managed to win 21.4% of his games. So I think that says a lot about his time in charge of you guys. Okay, fourth, Aston Villa owner Randy Lerner was the owner of American NFL side Denver Broncos.
Fiction.
We'll go fiction.
Why fiction?
I believe he owned
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Well done. I'm very impressed with that, fellas. He did indeed own Cleveland Browns. That question was designed to trip you up, but you dealt with it very well. Okay, fifth one. Aston Villa are the lowest scorers from all of the top 4 English divisions. Fact or fiction?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. We score like
I think there's one lower team.
All 4 divisions: Premier League, Championship League 1, League 2.
I've read somewhere we scored like 0.5 goals a game on average for the last 2 years. So I wouldn't be surprised. What do you reckon?
Should we say fact? Might be the worst team.
Captain Richards got the final
pretty bad.
Yeah, this for a clean sweep.
I'm going to go fact.
Fact. It is indeed true. No other side has scored less goals than Aston Villa. They've scored 22. MK Dons are the closest with 32.
Oh, that's a good score. Good start, Villa. Right, you've got a lot to do from the off end, Blues team. So let's kick off with a good score here. So, question 1. Adidas, Umbro, Carbrini and Reebok have all been kit suppliers to Birmingham City in the past. Is that fact or fiction?
Reebok? It's going to be fiction. We've never had Reebok before.
No,
fiction.
Yeah, we're going fiction.
Which one do you think of
Reebok?
Reebok.
Yeah.
You are spot on. It is fiction. Reebok haven't. All the others have. So good start. So question 2. Phil Dowd was the referee for Birmingham's infamous Carling Cup victory over Arsenal. Is that fact or fiction?
It was Mike Dean.
Yeah, it was Mike Dean. Yeah.
So you're going for fiction.
Yep.
And you are spot on again. Dowd refereed the first leg of the semi-final against West Ham, but Mark Dean was indeed refereeing the final, so 2 out of 2.
Yeah,
Good
let's
start.
not bring up that Carling Cup game again. For the rest
Jay
of
is
the
an
show.
Arsenal fan, so yeah. Okay, so 3. Steve Bruce had a higher win percentage as Birmingham City manager than Chris Hughton. Is that fact or fiction?
That's fiction, I think. Because Chris Hughton win. Isn't he the second behind Gary Rowett?
I think it is Chris Hughton,
Yeah. Hughton won a lot of games.
Yeah, we've got
it is,
playoffs for Hughton. Yeah,
Final answer?
Hughton.
So you're going fiction.
Fiction, yep.
Steve Bruce had a win percentage of 37%. Chris Hughton had a win percentage of 41.9%. So spot on again. 3 out of 3. Question 4. Former Blue striker Obafemi Martins. Jay, I'm pretty sure he got the goal against you.
Yeah. Moving on.
He now plays his football in America. Fact or fiction?
He's moved to China.
Hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fiction.
Fiction.
Fiction?
Yep.
You are correct. He recently signed for Shanghai Shenhua after a spell with
Seattle Sounders.
Yes, indeed, Seattle
On the ball
Sounders. Okay, this for a clean sweep too. Birmingham scored in all but one of their group stage games in the Europa League back in the 11-12 season. Fact or fiction?
Do we score in every away game? Oh, but apart from Braga away.
Yes, that's all.
And then did we score in every home game? We scored against Braga at home. Penalty, wasn't it? And then
beat Maribor
at home.
And drew 2-2 to Bruges.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the only game we didn't score. Yeah, that's fact. Yeah.
It's fiction.
Oh.
They didn't score in the 1-0 defeat to Portuguese side Braga, nor the 0-0 draw at Nacional. Okay, so we'll move on to...
I think they're debating.
They're angry. Yeah, they're angry. Yeah,
Nacional
that is
wasn't group stage.
fiction. So 4 out of 5 for Birmingham in that round.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 for Aston Villa in that round. So Villa, you are ahead at the moment.
Okay, so last week me and Al thought we'd hook up our PS4 console to the studio and have a clash on FIFA. It's what television studios like this were designed for. Me versus Al, Villa versus Blues, winner takes it all.
The question is, who did come out on top? There are 5 points available in this round for the team that guesses right. Aston Villa, as you are winning from the last round, you get to back who you think came out on top in the FIFA match.
What do you reckon, guys?
I want to know why as well.
It's a tough one to call. I mean,
I think Jay.
Do you think we need to sell ourselves, Jay?
Yeah.
What's that philosophy?
Do we have to sell ourselves? I'm a regular FIFA player with a nice attacking philosophy. Got those 5-star skillers. I'm sure you'll see in the video. Pulled out a couple tricks.
Differences in me is I can defend as well, so I've got all of those attributes as well as defensive. So, who are you going for?
what do you reckon?
I think Jay.
I'm going to say Jay.
Yeah, we'll go with you, Jay.
I'm hurt.
Well, let's roll VT.
Jay.
Yep.
See ya, yeah.
Nice to see
so
you, Alex.
Let's do the coin toss. So,
Yep.
heads, I'm going to be Villa.
Okay.
And tails, I'm going to be Blues.
All right, let's find out who the best Midlands team is. Tails, Villa.
I'm Blues. You're Villa. Let's get going. Good luck.
Let's.
Oh, attacking from the off.
Oh, hello. Are you just going to lump it into...
There we go. This is the counter-attacking
Unless you
football.
touch it, it doesn't count.
It's good enough for Leicester.
Oh, whoa!
Come on, have a shot, son.
Boy.
That's how I'm going to play, Jake. Oh, no.
Oh, why have you done that? Why have you done that? Oh, why have you done that? Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. That is a gift. That is a gift.
And the way he's guided that to the
Oh,
left-hand side of the goal, it's wonderful.
that is outrageous.
That is a stinker.
Oh, he's turned his man, Thomas Kuszczak, nowhere to be
First
seen.
goal, it's 1-0. Might get an update.
Oh, free kick. Oh,
Specialists, haven't they?
thank you very much.
Just suit him.
We'll have a set piece. Thomas Kuszczak's going to save this, I reckon.
Oh, he's done it!
Well, he certainly needed a lift. He was getting
He's
some
done it!
It's game over already.
He's pulled it off. Scott
It's
Sinclair,
game over
I
already.
started him for a reason. What a man. Aston Villa hero.
From that distance, it takes a lot of technique and a lot
I
of...
feel
Oh,
sick.
look, he's turned his back. Wall didn't even jump. Oh, didn't
There's no passion at all from these players in this derby.
8 shots to 1.
Need
Alex,
to
mate. Alex, mate.
The corner.
go in at half-time, 2-0 down. It's better than 3. Come out second half.
I think that said I had 59% possession as well.
Everything set
So.
for the second half.
I can sense a few nerves, you know.
Cockerell.
Not nervous. I'm just, I want to put on a spectacle for everyone watching in the studio, but for some reason I've just been a little bit woeful in trying to go in the second half.
Okay, shot in.
Oh,
that's a belter.
I'm just letting him think he's in control.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, you've clawed back possession.
That's
No
a goal.
way!
Come
No
on.
way!
Game on!
No way!
Game on! Man like Clates. 18 minutes to get back in the game.
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
here we go. Sub-time, waste a bit of time.
Getting a little bit leggy at the
Yeah.
back, I can see. 20 minutes left.
Very rare, really, but it's a special
Sense.
goal. Yeah, it really gets
Classic
the
3-1 here.
David Cottrell.
Cottrell.
All right, let's go.
Didn't
Take
know
the
he was
red
that
card.
fast.
Take the red card.
Didn't know he
Take
was
the red
that
card.
fast.
Take the
Come
red
on,
card. Let's
Guts.
go.
Put it
Take
in.
the red card.
Donaldson's there. Oh.
Time is ticking away here.
Oh, hello, Jay. Thanks for that, son. Thanks for that, son.
Well done, Michael Richards.
Yeah, just important.
Deserves to be back in the England squad.
Launch, long ball score.
Oh,
One more.
Corey.
One more inch and that was through.
Passion and opening. Time.
I like that. Pump it into that box.
Oh, great save, Mark Barnes.
Ran out of energy. Championship level, do you know what I mean?
Just,
I'm not having this. I'm not having this.
Oh.
Come on, let me have one more chance. Game over. Jay, well played.
Victor, Aston Villa, best team in the Midlands.
So well done
It's
if you're
been
back, Jay.
confirmed.
5
It's been
points to your
confirmed.
team.
Best team in the Midlands, mate. Buzzing. 2-1. Could have been more. Took my foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, but I'll take that. Thank you very much, ladies and gents.
Right, I must apologise, boys. Poor performance.
obviously I came
was
out-
carrying a calf injury on the day.
Came out victorious. Sumptuous finish from Westwood. Clinical free kick from Scott Sinclair. Result was never in doubt.
So well done. 5 points to your team, and you're starting to build a gap now.
So it's 10-4.
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah.
Right, I know how hot-headed these derbies can be, so it's time to take a breather from the quiz, lads.
Yeah, here at the Late Tackle, we like to cover all bases, so we don't just focus on the Premier League, or in Villa's case next season, the Championship.
So we sent out to Tamworth FC of the National League North to soak up what's so special about non-league footy. And here's a quick clip.
So the Late Tackle have come along to Tamworth FC of the National League North, 5 tiers below the Premier League, and today Tamworth are up against Corby Town as the race for the playoffs intensify.
It's real shit, man.
Okay, so Corby Town are warming up behind us. They're bottom of the league, so Tamworth will fancy their chances today. Now, the Lambs have had their fair share of famous players play for them in the past. We've had the likes of Paul Devlin, Paul Merson, Callum Wilson, who's now at Bournemouth, Scott Rickards, and also the famous Leicester striker Jamie Vardy is making headlines. He's played on this pitch before, although that was for Fleetwood Town roughly 5 years ago.
Get your programmes, only £2.50.
Right, so with James, who's a Tamworth fan. James, how long have you been coming to Tamworth games?
11, 12 years now, so I'm 20 now. I started coming when I was 8. I got involved because one of my uncles, Bobby Atkins, who was a captain for Tamworth when they were at Wembley, so I think he started introducing me to it and then started coming down ever since.
Why Tamworth and not perhaps Aston Villa or Birmingham?
I just prefer the non-league football. I think Tamworth is, I don't know, it's not the greatest atmosphere, but it's a good laugh. Like, you come down with the lads, you have a beer, you chill, and it's a good game at the end of the day. Like, I prefer watching this football than Premier League football. There's a lot of hard tackles, there's a lot more entertainment than I think Premier League, because Premier League's so much space, time, and I think, yeah, it's a lot better.
And finally on the pitch, is it going to be too much to ask for Tamworth to get promoted this season?
Well, at the moment, I don't know. I think it's quite difficult at the moment, but we're catching up. We're 5 points behind now, I think. So hopefully a win today, a couple of results go our way, we'll be 2 points behind. So we beat second in the league, second in the table on Tuesday night, so that was a good game. So we beat them, but I think, we could do it, but it'd be difficult.
I think they're about to kick off, so cheers for talking to us.
No,
So
mate,
enjoy the
thank
game,
you very much.
mate.
Thank you.
Okay, so full time here at the Lamb, Tamworth 0, Corby Town 0. Disappointing result in the end really for the Lambs, especially as other results went their way today. Nuneaton losing and Harrogate losing. But here we've got a good taste of what non-league football's all about. Family atmosphere, volunteers working at the club. We've had a good chat with a lot of the supporters here today, and it's been a great afternoon. So this is Tamworth. See you later. They just caught me getting that burger there. I'm not happy about that.
Why?
Well, we had a great burger, but it was a good day. Thanks to everybody, by the way, at Tamworth for letting us come along.
Although I'm not so sure about the idea there's more or less space and time in the Premier League and the National League law. But controversial. But anyway, it's time for round 3 of our quiz, and this is designed to test the memories of our fans as we take a look at the careers of stars gone by as we play Guess the Former Player.
So each member of your team will be given a former player. But I'm afraid in this round you're all going to be working on your own. There is to be no conferring amongst teams, and all of the following players will have played for your club before, which should make it that little bit easier.
If you get an answer right, then it's 1 point to your team, but get one wrong and a member from the opposition can have a crack for a bonus point.
I think we'll go Birmingham this time to go first, so we'll start with you, JJ. So he began his professional career at Arsenal in 1999. After being part of Notts County's youth system, during a 6-year spell at the Gunners, he had loan spells with the likes of Watford and Leeds. He moved to Birmingham in 2005, making 50 appearances and scoring 2 goals for the Blues. Amongst the teams he's played for since are Liverpool, Portsmouth and Real Zaragoza. So, JJ, who's the former player? So would you like me to give you that one again?
Please.
Began at Arsenal in 1999 after being part of Notts County's youth system. During a 6-year spell at the Gunners, he had loan spells with the likes of Watford and Leeds. He moved to Birmingham City in 2005, making 50 appearances and scoring 2 goals. And amongst the teams he's played for since are Liverpool, Portsmouth and Real Zaragoza. But who's the former player?
Are we allowed to give a hint or not?
No, I think he's on his own for this one.
Okay.
So, Blues players that have played for Liverpool, Portsmouth.
I would have said Jermaine Pennant, but he hasn't played for Portsmouth and he's played for Stoke, so it's not going to be Jermaine Pennant.
Come on, we're going to need an answer. Do you want to go Jermaine Pennant? Is that the only one you think of?
No, I'm going to go with Matthew Upson.
You're going Matthew Upson. You were on the right lines. It's Jermaine Pennant. He did have a spell with Portsmouth. Pennant, yeah. So it's Jermaine Pennant. So we'll look with that on JJ. That's hard because yeah, you run on the right lines. But,
okay. Okay. From now on, you're only going to be given 10 seconds to answer, lads. So pressure's on. Our first player, this is for you, Carter, began his career at Villa Park in 1998. He made 169 appearances and scored 2 goals in a 7-year spell. He then made the move up north to play for Bolton before spells with Cardiff and Iranian sides Estegalau and Pykan. I hope I said those right. Who's the former player?
I don't know.
10 seconds, by the way.
Can I have it again?
Began his career at Villa Park in 98, 169 appearances and 2 goals in the 7-year spells. Played for Bolton and Cardiff before moving to a couple of Iranian sides more recently.
Bolton and Cardiff. I don't know, I think I might be quite wrong.
Let's go, give an answer.
Gavin McCann?
It's not Gavin McCann.
Good shout, did play for Bolton
as
well.
Are we
but,
giving it over to the opposition team or not?
No, we won't, not in this round, I'm afraid.
It was J. Lloyd Samuel.
Yeah, we might start giving a few hints as you both struggled with that one. So the second one for the Blues team. An ex-former player started off at Luton Town in 2003 and made 56 appearances in a 2-year spell. He then made the move up to West Bromwich Albion, where he made 65 appearances from 2005 to 2008. Moves to Villa and Leicester then followed before Birmingham City signed him in 2011 for an undisclosed fee. Who's the former player, Cal?
Craig Gardner.
You and Craig Gardner. It's Curtis Davis.
Fellas, you were impressing me in the first round, but I don't know, the knowledge has gone out the window. So, Richard, on to you. Our second player started life at Aston Villa in 2005, where he made 91 appearances and scored 5 goals. He then moved to the capital to play for Fulham in 2007, before moved to Scotland to play for Rangers from 2008 to 2012. He moved back down south to play in the Premier League in 2012, and that's where he remains. Who's the former player?
Who does he play for in 2012?
Are we allowed to say that? It says he moved down south.
Yeah, we will give you that. Southampton.
Southampton.
I feel like Carter and Ross know who it is.
I feel like I should know who it is, but I don't.
Come on.
Let's have a guess. No. I got nothing.
It was Stephen Davis.
Of course it was.
Okay, I must say, Paul's in the background, shaking his head. He knows all of these answers. But come on, let's see if we can get a point, Blues. Come on. Tom, our last former Birmingham player made one appearance for Arsenal before joining Crystal Palace in 2000, where he had a 4-year spell and made 125 appearances. After a loan spell at Cardiff, he signed for Blues in 2004. Since he left in 2007, he has played for the likes of Coventry, Barnsley, Walsall, and near Samuelis Famagusta in Cyprus. Who's the former player?
Well done for getting that name right.
Thank you.
Just give it again, sorry.
Okay, so at Crystal Palace in 2000, he had a 4-year spell and made 125 appearances. Loan spell at Cardiff, Blues, and he's since been at Coventry, Barnsley, Walsall. Who are you going for?
This is wrong, but Andy Johnson.
Andy Johnson, it's not. Paul shaking his head. I think he knows. Julian Gray is the correct answer for that one.
Okay, on to the final one. This player scored the first ever competitive goal at Emirates Stadium, much to my dismay. He was remembered for his no-nonsense approach. He had spells with Olympiacos and Villarreal after his departure from the club in 2008. He is now managing in Scandinavia. Who's the former player?
Olaf Melberg.
It is indeed Olaf Melberg. It is the Viking, former Juventus player.
Yeah.
Olaf Melberg.
So well done. Yeah, Villa get the points in that round. Right then, recently we caught up with the Birmingham team at Birmingham City University to test their techers.
We asked each player to kick the ball into the centre circle. It may sound simple, they may have thought they'd be good at it, but the question is, how many players do you actually think managed to do it successfully? And the closest team will win a vital 5 points.
So Blues, we'll let you guess first. How many players do you think of the 11 managed to kick the ball successfully into the centre circle?
Two. About 2 or 3. I think 2 is a bit too low because I personally think 3.
Let's rush out. What are you going for?
I'll go with what you want. I'll go with 3.
Go with 3.
And what about you guys?
So they just have to. The ball has to finish in the centre circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the box.
Yeah. Well, from the line.
I've done this with my teams before, and it's at. I think more than 3 will get it. So what do you reckon?
Who we say 4 or 5? They're a men's team as well. So.
Oh, I don't think they'll be that good.
Okay, team captain, what are you going to go for?
We're going to go for 4.
You're going to go for 4. Okay, so let's find out. Let's roll VT.
Prince Charles, free Roman midfielder.
Kind of team is in, centre back.
Alex, centre back, heartthrob, vice captain.
Alex Hesley, striker.
Yeah, my name is Hattrick Harrison. I play left back. You can follow the hashtag on Twitter, it's HB3. Nick Gibbs, goalkeeper. Riyad Mahrez, centre midfielder.
Centre back, the first team are better.
centre midfield Dab Daddy.
Blimey.
Yeah, so in the end, despite their boasts, shall we say, only one player managed to actually get the ball into the centre circle. So the Blues, you win 5 points for that, which I think means the scores are now 11-9.
Yeah, so you're back in the contest now. Right then, let's have a time out. It's time to welcome our special guest back to the studio. Please give a warm welcome to Birmingham City legend, Paul Devlin. So good to have you back. You knew a lot of players in that round, didn't you?
Yeah, I was dying to shout out from the back. Apart from Melberg, I knew them all.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Okay then, so Paul, you played under many managers during your 14-year spell. Who was your favourite to play under and why?
There's three really stick out. Barry Fry was brilliant because he was such a character. Neil Warnock gave me my chance from non-league, and again I played for him at Sheffield United. And Steve Bruce. I was fortunate enough to play with Bruce as a player at Birmingham. He was a manager at Sheffield when I was there, and then he brought me back in that brilliant promotion season, so probably Steve Bruce.
If we can quickly talk about Trevor Francis as well, of course you left on bad terms. Do you regret any of that?
Yeah, obviously, no one likes to fall out with managers, but new managers come in and players move on. It's just a simple fact of life. I never wanted to leave Birmingham, but Trevor thought that it was better for me to go, but it was great to get the chance to come back.
So I want to ask a quick question about Neil Warnock. He's got a reputation for being a real fiery character. What was it like working under him?
He was a really fiery character, but it was brilliant. It calmed down a lot when I played for him at Sheffield United from the early days at Notts County. But fantastic man manager, great motivator, and a good bloke now.
Okay, so how different is the Birmingham team now in terms of quality to the one that you played in?
Well, obviously I'm biased. I'm going to say the team that I played in was better, because we got promoted and we stopped up comfortably the first couple of years in the Premiership. I think the circumstances are a lot different. There's a lot more instability about the club at the moment than there was in my day there.
Okay, so who was the best player you ever had the joy of sharing a pitch with, and why?
I think Christophe Dugarry sticks out. World Cup winner, European Championship winner, just exuded class and ability, and fantastic for us for a year or two.
So it looks like Blues will be playing Villa next season. How does this rivalry scale in England? Is it one of the best ones?
Definitely, and I think because down the years, a lot of the times we've not been in the same division, so it's not been a regular occurrence. It makes it all the better. I mean, I've played in Sheffield, Nottingham, derbies, but the Birmingham one is the best one I've played in.
So before you shoot off, just tell us a little bit about what you're up to at the moment and what your plans are for the future.
I've got a coaching company that I've been running for about 6 or 7 years now, Paul Devlin Football Coaching, and we go around the Midlands and North West coaching kids from 4 to 14 football.
Do you enjoy doing that?
It's great, yeah. It's great to see kids getting into football, especially the little ones at 4 and 5 years of age.
And finally, what about management itself? Is that something you're aiming to get into as well?
Yeah, it is. I was a little bit lazy when I was playing and I didn't get my badges, but I'm going to go. I'm in the process of taking them now, and it's something that definitely appeals to me the older I get.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, best of luck with the coaching badges.
Okay then, our next round is designed to test your knowledge of football clubs from across the world as we play
Guess the Badge. There are 20 points at stake here, so the quiz could be won and lost in these next few minutes. We have 20 football badges that have been blurred out and manipulated, and our two teams will be taking it in turns as they try and guess the club each badge belongs to.
We're giving 1 point for each correct answer in this round, but if you get it wrong, then the other team can have an opportunity to answer for a bonus point. Villa team, you are up first, so here is your first badge.
Lazio.
Lazio. Okay, so 1 point to the Villa team. Next up is the Blues team. What are you saying for the next badge?
Real Betis.
Real Betis, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get through these thick and fast. It is Real Betis, correct.
Real Betis.
Villa team, here's your second.
Melbourne Victory.
Yeah. I think they're coming back to form, everyone. It is indeed Melbourne. It is Melbourne Victory.
It is Melbourne Victory, yeah. I think you can just make out. Yeah, what about this one?
Sparta Prague.
Sparta Prague.
Sparta
Prague, yeah.
You sure it's not Slavia?
No, it's
okay, yeah.
You would have given them a clue then. Okay, next team.
Zenit.
Carl, you're on hot form today, aren't you? It is indeed Zenit St. Petersburg. Back over to the Blue.
Here you go for bit trickier.
Is it Palermo?
Bit trickier.
No. It's not Sampdoria, is it?
No.
Yeah.
think it's a French team.
What are you going to go for? We need to, unfortunately, hurry you up, so we need an answer.
No, it's not.
It's not.
3 seconds.
It's
1,
a French club, isn't
2.
it?
Stade Rennais.
No, it's an English club. It's Morecambe.
We knew that.
Okay.
We knew that.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
So over to the next bag.
Let's go to the next badge.
Monaco.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, Monaco.
Monaco, yeah, that is correct. Okay, let's go through this thick and fast.
New York City.
New York City.
New York City, correct.
It is indeed New York City. Next one.
Saint Etienne.
It is indeed Saint
Ross, you've
Etienne.
pulled one out of the bag there, so we're not expected to be you. Okay.
Stevenage.
Yeah, Stevenage is correct, well done.
Celta Vigo.
Yeah, I knew Carter was going to get that one.
Fair lot of FIFA, Carter.
No, actually.
Just doesn't get out a lot.
What are you going for, boys?
Frankfurt.
Eintracht Frankfurt.
Oh, great shout, Carl. It is Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany. Let's go on to the next badge.
Ooh, we're going to give you
Bit more difficult.
5 seconds.
Valladolid?
5.
Valladolid.
Have a go. Have a go.
Is it Valladolid?
Go for.
I'm going to go for Valladolid.
Okay.
It's not
It is
Valladolid.
not. So we can pass this on.
Well, there you get.
We can pass this on here. So who are you going to go for?
5 seconds.
Sociedad.
5.
It's not, but.
4.
3,
If you want to say it.
2,
Elche.
1. Who you go for?
Elche.
No, it is an English side, Port Vale.
Been caught out by a couple of English clubs
Yeah.
there, fellas.
Okay, 14 then. Here's the next one. This is for your team. So who do you think this is?
Fiorentina.
Easy. Yes, it is Fiorentina. Let's move on to number 15.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah.
It is indeed.
Correct. Another difficult one coming up for you boys. Another difficult one.
Rochdale. It's Rochdale.
Again, Rochdale. It's not. It is actually Partick Thistle in Scotland.
I think, Alex, you've upset him there.
We
You
knew
didn't
that.
offer the...
I'm
Again.
so
know that.
sorry. You're ahead anyway, so you need to catch up.
You weren't meant to tell him the scores, you know,
Let
meant to
them
keep
have-
it a
let them have a
secret.
chance. Okay,
Next
let's move
one.
on to the next one.
Final.
It is indeed final. They're on fire.
Okay, next one. Let's move on to the next badge, please. Number 18.
I think it will be coming slowly.
Yeah, it's coming, boys. Don't worry.
Just building tension.
So good start, boys. By the way.
Yeah,
There
alright,
we go.
Sporting Lisbon.
It
Sporting
is
Lisbon.
indeed Portuguese giant Sporting Lisbon. Next one for you fellas.
So the next badge is number 19, and
Preston.
Yeah.
It is indeed Preston
is
North
Preston.
End.
Yeah. Last one. Can you get it?
5 seconds.
Sydney.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah,
Well done,
good
Tom.
answer. Sydney FC is the
Well
correct answer. I'll tell you what, if this quiz goes down to 1 point, then I'm getting sacked.
Okay, so moving on to our final round now, and it's designed to make you think about the opposition. Each team will be given 10 questions about their rivals in a round that we like to call Behind Enemy Lines. I think we're going to shoot through this as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
1 point for each correct answer, folks, so best of luck. Birmingham, let's start off with you. Here are your first 12 questions. So, questions about the opposition. So question 1, out of the following 3 players, who made the most appearances for Aston Villa? Is it A, Juan Pablo Angel? Is it B, Darius Vassell? Or is it C, Ashley Young?
Yeah.
I'd have gone for Darius Vassell. Would you personally?
Would you?
I think how long was he there for? 4 years, something like that.
Yeah.
More than Angel. I'd go with it.
I'm going to go for Vassell.
You're going for Vassell. Incorrect. It's Juan Pablo Angel.
You were saying Angelo's at
yeah,
first
it was very
as well.
close as well. Very close. Number 2, finish the Aston Villa chant. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. What? Is it A, Hull Tenders Never Cry? They have this season.
Hey.
B, Hull Tenders in the Sky? Or C, Hull Tenders Never Die?
B.
Correct, it is Hull Tenders in the Sky. So question 3, in what year did Olaf Melberg play his last game for Aston Villa? Was it A, 2007, B, 2008, or C, 2009?
It was 2008, weren't it? I believe.
Was it?
Say 7.
Was it West Ham, weren't it? Played that game. Was it? I'd go with 09.
Okay, we didn't answer from you.
We'll go for 09.
Team captain's going for 09. You should have gone with your gut cow because it was 2008.
Told you.
Okay, so question 4. Which of these following managers has never managed Aston Villa? A, Brian Little, B, Tony Barton, or C, David Platt?
Brian Little.
Which of these following managers has never managed Aston Villa? A, Brian Little, B, Tony Barton, or C, David Platt?
Tony Barton.
We're going for Tony Barton. It's incorrect. It's David Platt. played at the club but was never manager. And your final question. How many goals have Aston Villa conceded in the Premier League this season? Is it A, 48, B, 58, or C, 68?
58.
Team captain has gone in there with 58, and you are correct. So well done.
Okay, so moving on to the Villa lads. Out of the following three players who made the most appearances for Birmingham City, is it A, Stephen Carr, B, Lee Bowyer, or C, David Dunn?
Dunn's been there.
I don't think
maybe.
Dunn. Or Carr.
What was A?
A is Stephen Carr, B is Lee Bowyer, C is
Stephen
David
Carr
Dunn.
was there until he was like 50, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon maybe Carr.
Yeah, Dunn went Blackburn.
My initial reaction.
that long.
I want to go for Carr.
Yeah, it is indeed Stephen Carr. Well done there, captain. Finish the famous Birmingham City chant. As we journey on, we will sing this song for the what? A, boys in white and blue. B, boys in royal blue. Or C, boys in navy blue.
White and blue, innit?
Is it?
They're playing white and blue, so.
It got me. Yeah, but.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's boys in royal blue, lads.
Stinker.
I don't really want to do question 3. We'll do it anyway. In what minute did Obafemi Martins score the winning goal in the 2011 Carling Cup? Cheers, whoever did this question. Is it A, the 65th minute, B, the 83rd, or C, the 89th?
89th, wasn't it?
It's pretty late, wasn't it? Just an 8, 9. I don't remember it being last minute though.
I don't know, I thought it was 8:30 a bit earlier.
Yeah, so did I.
I
I thought it was like 10 minutes 48.
Go for it.
I'm going to go 82.
You're wrong. My heart was broken in the 89th minute by Obafemi Martins. 4. Which of the following managers has never managed Birmingham City? Is it A, Alan Kirbishley, B, Barry Fry, or C, Sir Alf Ramsey?
Ramsey, I think. Can you say him again, please?
Alan Kirbishley, Barry Fry, or Sir Alf Ramsey?
Barry Fry definitely managed it. Do you reckon it was Kirby? I don't think
remember him
Kirbishley,
being
because
at
then he
Blues.
goes straight from being a Charlton player.
Should we go Kirbishley?
Yeah, I reckon.
Kirbishley.
We'll go
It is
Kirbishley.
indeed Alan Kirbishley. Well done, guys. 5th one. In what position do Birmingham currently lie in the Championship table? Is it A, 7th, B, 8th, or C, 9th?
I think it's 8, isn't it? I haven't looked for a while.
I'm going to say, 9th.
Also, what's the final?
We'll go 9th.
It is indeed 9th. Well done, guys.
Okay, if you want a clue, just look at Paul, because Paul's getting really into this behind the camera. He's shaking his head and he's got the wrong answer. Okay, so here is your 6th. So I think you've got 2 so far in this round. Let's see if you can add to that tally. Which of the following have never sponsored Aston Villa's shirts? Is it A, AST Computer? Is it B, 188Bet? Or is it C, Muller?
A.
Yeah.
A.
You're going AST Computer. You are incorrect. It is B, 188Bet. Okay, let's move on to 7.
Sponsored by a different gambling company.
Yeah, 32 red spot, I think it was. Okay, question 7. Martin Larsson was a former defender for Aston Villa, but what nationality is he? Is he A, Swedish, B, Norwegian, or C, Danish?
Danish.
Correct, you are right. Okay, so at number 8, which of the following teams was founded before Aston Villa? A, Everton, B, Newcastle, or C, Stoke?
Stoke.
No.
Stoke.
Team captain's gone in there straight away. We're going to have to take his answer. You are correct, it is Stoke. So well done. Number 9, who has the worst winning percentage as Aston Villa manager out of the following? A, Tim Sherwood, B, Martin O'Neill, or C, Gerard Houllier?
It's definitely our
Worst win percentage.
Yeah, we're looking for the worst winning percentage.
Tim Sherwood's on there.
Tim Sherwood, Martin O'Neill, or Gerard Houllier?
Tactics team.
Gotta be.
I don't know.
Tim
He had
Sherwood.
that cup run, didn't he? But
You going Tim Sherwood?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Gerard Houllier has the
He had
worst
that- he
winning
had that good
percentage
cup run,
record.
didn't
And
he?
your final question, Blues team. How many goals have Aston Villa scored in their last 12 games in all competitions? A, 7, B, 9, or C, 10?
it's got to be
We've got to go for 7, the lowest
The
goals.
lowest.
Yeah.
You are correct. Well done. We'll get a score
Okay.
of that very shortly.
Moving on to this. Who did Lee Clark replace as Birmingham manager in 2012? Eric Black, Alex McLeish, or Chris Hughton?
Chris Hughton.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris Hughton. Which of these is not the name of a stand at St Andrews? The Gil Merrick stand, the Cop stand, or the Birmingham Road stand?
Isn't it Birmingham Road stand?
What isn't, sorry?
Yeah, what isn't?
Yeah, there's definitely the Gil Merrick stand, isn't it?
What was the options?
How do you
Gil
know the names
Merrick,
of the stand?
Cop, or Birmingham Road
The
stand?
away days, isn't it?
Right, if you're confident with
I'm
that
going
one.
to say Birmingham Road.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
It is indeed Birmingham Road stand. Carter's on top form today. Walter Pandiani was a former striker at Birmingham City, but what nationality was he? Brazilian, Uruguayan, or Colombian?
Uruguayan, definitely.
Uruguayan.
It was indeed Uruguayan. Who is currently Birmingham City's shirt sponsor? A. Nicolites, B. Easy Group, or C. FNC?
We'll go with B.
I've got a little advantage.
That's my love for rap music coming through. Or C. FNC Investments. It is easy.
We've been robbed on them. We've been robbed on that and robbed of the national.
Birmingham defender Paul Caddis received an international call-up this week. But which country does he play for? Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, or Scotland? It's indeed Scotland.
Correct, and we must quickly apologise. A little swear had slipped out, Carter, earlier on, but we apologise for that. Right then, so let's have a score update from the gallery, please. Very good quiz today. Birmingham, you finished on 22 points. Was it enough?
I'm not too sure. I'm waiting to find out.
We will find out.
It was close, but in the
close.
end, our swearing young lad over here, I think, swung the tie, and Aston Villa won with 25 points. So well done. Your mini Michael Richards gets to take home this a wonderful trophy. Thank you. Well,
yeah, well done. Good effort, by the way, guys, today. So thank you for coming along. Right then, we have reached full time then for today's show. Congratulations to the winning team. Very good performance.
A massive thanks to Paul Devlin and our other guests for coming along today. And thanks to you all for watching. From the Late Tackle team, it's been an adventure. Goodbye.